Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I yield myself such time as I may consume. I rise today in support of H.R. 7148, the Consolidated Appropriations Act. The legislation before us is part of the final chapter of the fiscal year 2026 appropriations process. This is where months of hard work turn into results. You see, we aren't here for just another stopgap temporary fix. We're here to finish the job by providing full-year funding, and specifically, this package addresses core areas of national consequence: defense, labor, health, and education, and transportation and housing development. These aren't abstract concepts on a page. They affect how Americans live, work, learn, and travel every day. That matters because behind every line is an impact: a military family with more certainty in their budget, a senior depending on a rural hospital, a student pursuing technical training for a good-paying job, and a traveler trusting that the plane that they board will land safely. These bills were written with those priorities in mind. Our defense bill sends a clear message: America's military will remain the strongest in the world. It restores deterrence by strengthening readiness, modernizing capabilities, and reinforcing the defense industrial base. The bill also supports our service members with a well-earned pay raise. Together, these investments ensure our forces can deter conflict and win decisively if deterrence fails. The Labor H title invests in long-term strength of the country. We support life-saving biomedical research, strengthen workforce training, and expand access to care, particularly in rural communities. These investments help students gain skills, workers find opportunities, and communities stay healthy. And through transportation and housing and urban development, we keep America moving. From roads and bridges to ports and skies, the bill strengthens the safety and reliability of vital transit systems. It modernizes air traffic control, supports the hiring of needed controllers, and accelerates the deployment of new technologies. It also empowers local communities and through programs to promote economic development and provide housing assistance to vulnerable Americans. This package reflects a nation that is strong, prepared, and ready for the future. These are real deliverables and real wins. This process has underscored a very important point. Congress can make tough decisions that are necessary to govern this country and chart a bold course with President Donald Trump. Our objectives were clear, and we followed through. Republicans set out to spend less, and the total FY funding does just that. We committed to codifying DOGE cuts, and these bills cut waste and rein in government bloat. And we promised to deliver America's agenda, which is why we put President Trump's priorities in place and end the Biden-era mandates. This is what responsible governance looks like. I commend the detailed work of our chairman, Representatives Robert Aderholt, Ken Calvert, and Steve Womack, whose stewardship ensured this package was both thoughtful in substance and built to deliver results. I thank their accompanying ranking members, Representatives Rosa DeLauro, Betty McCullough, and James Clyburn, for their support and their hard work. I also want to recognize the dedicated staff whose work made this possible, particularly our Chief Clerk, Susan Ross. This measure is a product of sustained engagement and serious legislating. It advances reforms, delivers full-year funding, and reflects the Congress doing its job. I thank each of you for your time, and I urge all members to support this bipartisan measure. With that, Madam Chair, I reserve the balance of my time.